start paying.
Next, Queen Latifah, the ageless Debbie Allen.
Honey, I'm gonna get up and dance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tomorrow at 9 on WBZ.
Incredible devastation. New pictures from the Philippines where thousands are feared dead following a direct hit from a super typhoon.
He lost the election, but he's not conceding why Lawrence Mayor William Lantigua wants the votes counted again.
And big changes on the way. A blast of Arctic air arrives tomorrow morning, and as it comes in, many will see some snow.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at Noon starts right now.
10,000 people are feared dead after the Philippines took a direct hit from one of the largest storms ever recorded on Earth. Good afternoon, I'm Paula Ebben.
And I'm David Wade. U.S. Marines are now on the ground getting a first-hand look at the devastation and helping the recovery efforts. Survivors are digging through rubble to find anyone who may still be alive. Now, most of the country is without water, without food, or electricity, and medical supplies, they're running out too. Transportation is cut off to some of the hardest hit areas. CBS's Alfonso Van Marsh has the latest.
Typhoon Haiyan destroyed everything in its path, leaving families to find shelter wherever they can. Survivors across the Philippines are growing desperate, even painting signs for rescue helicopters.
We want water and medicines for the injured. We don't need feeding. We just need your help.
U.S. Marines are arriving with badly needed supplies for the millions of disaster victims.
There was a 15 to 25-foot wave came across entire villages, and so everything's wiped out.
Witnesses say the damage from Friday's deadly typhoon looks more like the aftermath of a tsunami.
I don't have the words for it. It's really horrific.
Bodies line the streets. Some store owners are using guns to fight off looters. These American storm chasers became rescuers when the typhoon tore through a hotel. They used mattresses to help guests escape.
Okay, I can feel electricity in the water, guys.
Tens of thousands are feared dead, but the death toll is difficult to track because phone lines are down. A sign of life came today in one of the hardest hit villages when a woman gave birth to a baby girl. Alfonso Van Marsh, CBS News.
So after the storm smashed the Philippines, then it re-strengthened before making landfall again.
Todd Gutner is here now, and Todd, the storm now has lost nearly all of its punch.
Thankfully it has. You know, it came through the Philippines as a super typhoon and then through the South China Sea. Made a second landfall in Vietnam and is now basically falling apart over China. The storm will continue to do so over the next couple of days, which is great news. But this was obviously a devastating blow to a lot of Southeast Asia, and you can help. You can help the victims in the Philippines by logging on our website at cbsboston.com. There you'll find links to the International Red Cross, Doctors Without Borders, and also UNICEF, among other charities as well. Now, locally, we have some changes coming our way. We have some cold air that's going to be coming in, an Arctic front, and as this air arrives, some snow showers along it. You can see this front marching through the Great Lakes right now. At first, we'll see rain showers, and then they'll transition to snow showers during tomorrow morning, and it's going to happen during the morning commute. These rain showers will work down from the north and into the southern part of the state, and the cold air is coming in at the same time, so we'll see that flip over to snow showers, and it looks like there could be some slick roadways early tomorrow morning. Now, with the warm air and the warm ground, it's tough to accumulate snow this time of the year, but there is the potential for some roads and maybe some of the grass in the back deck to pick up a thin coating of snow, and maybe the elevated areas picking up about 1 inch of snow. So this is all something to keep in mind while driving early tomorrow morning. Could be interesting for the first time this season. We'll have much more on this coming up in a couple of minutes. Paula, David, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you. Well, at this point, 60 votes separate Lawrence Mayor William Lantigua from 4 more years in office, and he wants a recount.
But he will not concede the race. He is speaking to WBZ. WBZ Sera Congi joins us now, and Lantigua, embattled for so long, Sera, trying to hold on to that mayor's office.
That's right, David. Lantigua lost the race by just under 60 votes based on the unofficial tally from Election Day, and he's raising questions about some ballots and the way they were handled. But the challenger says a recount won't change the results, and Lantigua should concede for the good of the city.
And that it will have to be counted properly.
Incumbent Mayor William Lantigua says he wants a recount of votes cast on Election Day, claiming over 250 ballots may be questionable because they were counted by hand.
There were quite a few things reported that did not work properly. And all we want to do is to make sure that, people's constitutional rights are obeyed by and respected.
The unofficial tally from Tuesday's race shows Lantigua losing by just 57 votes to City Councilor Daniel Rivera.
We're the mayor-elect until someone else tells us different.
Rivera says regardless of a recount, he is focusing on plans for transition into City Hall, and Mayor Lantigua should concede so Lawrence can move forward.
But the reality is he's postponing the inevitable, and this community has been for far too long just on pause.
Since Election Day, the ballots have been locked up in a sealed vault under police guard. In the event of a recount, that seal will be broken so the registrars can review each ballot. Mayor Lantigua vows cooperation if the recount does not go his way.
At the end of the day, if we are not the ones who are declare the winner, we will accept that and move forward to make sure that our community continue moving forward.
Lantigua has until Friday to get the necessary number of signatures to petition for a recount. Based on the Secretary of State's guidelines, a recount will not likely happen until next week. Sera, Congi, WBZ News.
People across the nation and right here in Massachusetts are pausing today to honor those who have served our country. These pictures are in from Natick, where the town held its annual Veterans Day parade this morning. Today at the State House, Governor Patrick honored Massachusetts veterans and their families. The governor saying it's important not only to recognize our current veterans, but also those of generations past. He says the state leads the way in providing benefits to almost 400,000 vets to live in the state here.
And just under an hour ago, President Obama visited Arlington National Cemetery for the traditional wreath-laying ceremony there. Earlier this morning, the president hosted a breakfast for veterans and their families. It says he's urging Americans to say thank you to veterans around the country today.
And there is a way that you can help those people who served our country. This morning, our sister station, 100.7 WCLX, actually joined the effort to send care packages to men and women overseas. WBZ's Michelle Roberts with an explanation of how you can help out now.
For soldiers serving overseas, support often comes in small boxes from carepacks.org.
Well, it's like Christmas.
Alan Sheard is in the Army and knows how tough it can be to be away from home.
We definitely look forward to all the toiletries. We love the letters and cards from the school children. Kind of brings tears to our eyes. It really makes us feel the support from back home.
Once again, we're collecting items in cash for care packs.
This morning, the gang from our sister station, WZLX, teamed up with Care Packs in Weymouth. The nonprofit organization has mailed more than 17,000 care packages around the world to military service men and women. Hot ticket items in Afghanistan are easy to come by around here.
Breakfast bars, peanuts, things like that, gum, socks, t-shirts, any kind of toiletry items.
You can even throw in a couple prepaid phone cards to make calling home a little easier. Michelle Roberts, WBZ News.
And in just about an hour, hundreds of veterans will be marching in Boston's Veterans Day Parade. This parade kicks off from Boston Common at 1 o'clock. It will go up Tremont Street to Cambridge Street and ends at City Hall Plaza. Do know there are parking restrictions in the area this afternoon. And the World Series champion Boston Red Sox are honoring veterans today. Veterans and active military members can take a free tour of Fenway Park all day until 5 p.m. The free tickets can be picked up at Gate D, right at the corner of Yawkey Way and Van Ness Street. Veterans just need to bring along their military ID.
There is so much going on today with Veterans Day. If you want to find a full list, you can go to our website, cbsboston.com. It also has there on the website what Michelle Roberts was talking about, how to get those care packages to our service members. Paula?
Well, David, there are some new developments in the Bulger case. Just days now before Bulger's sentencing is set to begin, a juror is asking the judge to limit who will be allowed to make impact statements. Bulger was acquitted in 7 killings, and jurors made no finding in an 8th. The prosecutors still want to have those family members make victim impact statements in court. One juror, Janet Ular, who we interviewed the day after the verdicts were read, is asking Judge Denise Casper to deny that request. She believes it would mock the jury's verdict if those families are permitted to speak. The judge has not ruled on the prosecutor's request as of yet. Bulger's sentencing hearing begins Wednesday. Well, a minister on trial for marrying his son here in Massachusetts.
Why he's in trouble with his church and the support he's now getting from parishioners all across the country.
And Big Papi, the World Series champ, MVP, now television producer. We'll tell you about his new gig coming up.
And 2 survivors of the Boston Marathon bombings return to the spot on Boylston Street that changed their lives forever. The support they're getting on their road to recovery.
To understand the weather, you really have to go to where it's happening. We're coming to you from as high as you can get in the Northeast. There's nothing like seeing the power of nature up close. That's what we try to do here at BZ. We're putting the miles on the mobile Accuweather lab. Even when it's calm, we love getting out there, bringing the forecast to your city or town. We're out at the Tufts Field Fair tonight.
Join Eric Fisher wherever the weather takes him. Weeknights on WBZ News.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners to participate in our home evaluation program to eliminate this problem, leaky, saggy gutters, by installing the patented one-piece hood and gutter system only from us here at Minuteman Leaf Guard. Why don't you call 1-800-GUTTERS right now. I want you to look at our factory on wheels. We eliminate middleman markup and custom build the Leaf Guard system on site. It's seamless. You're not going to have any of those rusty seams. 14 colors to choose from. Call in today to be one of 50 homeowners here in the Boston area to be compensated for their time with 60% off labor.
Hey, you know, thousands of homeowners throughout Boston have the Leaf Guard system, and that's because it works. It's even been tested and earned the Good Housekeeping seal. Plus, we guarantee it's not going to clog and it's not coming off your home. So pick up the phone and call now for Leaf Guard.
That's right, Pat. It's not coming off even in the wintertime. And if you call right now during this program, you get a $200 gas card as a bonus with the purchase of Minuteman Leaf Guard.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Luna.
Right now at Luna, get an incredible 70% off carpet, hardwood, and laminate flooring.
877-241 Luna.
This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by BMW of Peabody.
Well, new this noontime, MVP of the World Series, David Ortiz, getting his own show on MTV. Big Papi's going to produce the show with Pittsburgh Pirates All-Star Andrew McCutchen. It will match together Big Papi's love of baseball and pop culture, believe it or not. He's producing a 30-episode series set to start next spring. They're going to tape this at the MLB Fan Cave in New York City. The weekly series will likely air on MTV2.
A Methodist minister from Pennsylvania is facing a church trial next week. He officiated at his son's marriage to another man here in Massachusetts 6 years ago, which is against church doctrine. Well, fellow ministers held vigils across the country over the weekend to show their support for Reverend Frank Schaefer and same-sex marriage. United Methodist Church officials decided to try Reverend Schaefer now after a parishioner filed a complaint earlier this year.
It feels like I'm part of a movement here, and it's not so much about that little wedding that happened 6 years ago in Massachusetts, but now it is about so much more. It's about an issue that we need to readdress.
Schaefer says 3 of his 4 children are gay, and he could avoid the church trial if he agreed to never perform any more same-sex ceremonies, but he says he cannot do that. Well, a restaurant rebuilding after the marathon bombings.
Coming up, how it is helping 2 survivors, the overwhelming support for the Norton brothers.
And Matt Damon breaks one of his own rules. We'll tell you why. He starred in a TV commercial, and the big payoff is coming up.
And an Arctic blast is on our doorstep, and as it arrives tomorrow morning, I'm expecting some snow. We'll let you know if we see any accumulation coming up next.
He and my husband were spending every hour of the day together.
She believes you were to blame for the demise of her marriage.
Judge Judy.
Today at 4 on WBZ TV.
Tonight, Molly's a writer now.
Let me clear a spot in my bookcase.
It's a Mike and Molly murder mystery.
The woman who had tortured her for so long is now dead.
And you won't believe who the next victim is.
What do you think?
I think you want to kill Mike's mom.
A new Mike and Molly. Then, it's her first night with a new boyfriend. Decisions.
You gonna wear some lingerie or just throw your dress up over your head and say,
A new mom after a new Mike and Molly. Tonight, starting at 9/8 Central.
Leaf Guard is built on the principle of liquid adhesion. See how the water hugs the side of the glass? Now look at the Leaf Guard system. The curved hood, water goes in, keeps out the leaves, pine needles, and other debris. It's earned the Good Housekeeping seal. It's made of 20% thicker material. We offer a clog-free guarantee and a lifetime warranty that's transferable. Call in right now. Be one of 50 homeowners to get 60% off labor. And we'll do the free flashing on your roof with the purchase of Leaf Guard, and you get a $200 gas card as a bonus with purchase. Get ready for winter now. Call Leaf Guard today.
There are a number of new reasons to look at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts for your Medicare options. The name you know so well now has options you may not know, starting with new Blue Cross Medicare plans as low as $0. These plans include everything from routine annual physicals to hearing and vision exams, and prescription drugs. And we have an affordable individual dental plan, too. Call us for information and to request our free guide to Medicare. And of course, these plans all come with the peace of mind of Blue Cross. So call 1-888-800-8445 for your free copy of your guide to Medicare with no obligation. You've got a number of reasons to go with Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Think of all the meetings you'll have this week, running from one to the next. Take a moment and think. How many of those meetings will be life-changing? When you become a big sister, you change a life. Just a few hours a week with a little sister makes a big difference.
Visit BigSister.org and find out how you can be an inspiration to a young girl.
Proudly supported by WBZ.
Big Sister! How girls get to great.
This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by Bernie and Bill's Furniture.
The Olympic torch is now back from the International Space Station. The Russian Soyuz space capsule landed safely in Kazakhstan late last night. 3 astronauts were on board, including an American. The torch spent 4 days in space, was not lit for safety reasons, but now that it's back on terra firma, it'll be lit again.
It was a night of celebration and hope at the Forum restaurant, badly damaged by one of the bombs that exploded on Boylston Street back on Marathon Monday in April. Well, the Forum hosted a fundraiser for JP and Paul Norden. These brothers each lost their right leg in the attacks. Both have undergone several medical procedures, months in rehab, and of course now they have thousands of dollars in medical bills.
His leg is $12,000. You got to replace it every 3 to 5 years. So, and they said, my process said mine's going to be $1.5 million in my life. So we got 1.2. So I'm stuck 300,000. You know, but his is. They said they're going to be like $2.5 million over his life if he lives a long time. You know, so it's kind of scary to think about that.
What these people have been put through. The Norden family says they've been overwhelmed by the outpouring of support they've received from the community. And for everybody who on that day said, oh, I just wish I could do something to help these people. Yeah. That is real tangible help.
You think about the pain and the suffering. You don't think about the long-term financial obligations involved with that as well. Let's bring in Todd now, talk about the AccuWeather forecast and see how we're doing. Hey, Todd.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the pictures from the weekend. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine all picked up several inches of snow. Skiers and snowboarders very excited. Got a few runs in, too, over the weekend. Kind of looks like the middle of winter up there. And guess what? There's more snow in the forecast, and it doesn't just involve northern New England. Southern New England as well. This is a chilly 50 degrees in Boston currently. Wind kicking up, gusty at times. So there's a bit of a wind chill effect out there. Even though it's 50 with some sun, it actually feels quite a bit colder. And it just gets colder, flat out colder, off to the north and west. This is an Arctic. It's about to come blasting into New England. As it does so, there's a strip of precipitation you can see along the front right here. It's first going to come into some milder air, so there'll be raindrops at the start. By the tail end, those raindrops are going over to snowflakes, and it's going to happen tomorrow morning. Sun and high clouds this afternoon. Again, breezy. High temperatures staying right about where they are, about 50 degrees, but again, it'll feel colder. Clouds thicken up tonight, and that band and that strip of rain arrives by morning, and it'll start to transition over to some snow, so that we'll have a period of this rain and snow for the morning commute. It could cause some issues because the temperatures are going to get down close to the freezing mark of 32. It'll be gone by mid-morning. We're clearing out midday. The breeze kicks up, and boy, does the cold air come pouring in. Highs tomorrow only about 40 degrees, and by the end of the day, as the sun sets at about 4:30, it'll be into the 30s already. Let's plot this strip of rain as it comes in after midnight, say about 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of the area is getting these raindrops, and they'll get to be chilly raindrops. And then at the end, about 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, as this is all starting to move offshore, that cold air gets in, the precipitation gets a little heavier, and it starts to go over to snow and starts to transition to it. Flakes being seen even in Boston most likely tomorrow morning. Now this time of the year, accumulating snow is difficult. It'll likely happen on some grass and on the back deck and maybe on the top of the car. But on the streets, it's going to be tough. Nonetheless, even a thin coating of slush could create problems, especially during the morning commute. I see a maximum amount in some hilltops in Worcester County of about 1 inch of snow, and then it's gone. And yes, it's real cold middle of the week, but a nice warm-up awaits us for Thursday and Friday. We'll go from about 40 tomorrow and Wednesday with bright sunshine to 55 on Thursday and 60 degrees on Friday. So yes, if we do get any snow, it's certainly going to melt away very quickly. Paul and David?
Todd, thanks. Ever notice you don't see certain Hollywood actors in commercials ever? Well, the New York Post reports Matt Damon made $3 million for a 20-second ad for Nespresso.
What are you doing here? Recycling. Yeah.
So the Cambridge native normally turns down ads like these, but he did it because he got to work with George Clooney, who co-stars in his new movie Monuments Men. And at $150,000 per second, David, it was just too good to pass up.
Yeah, he did it for Clooney.
That's right.
Sure he did. Notice he didn't do it for free. Cold weather just screams for comfort food, and today Tony Tantillo and his daughter Stephanie show you how to make a bow tie pasta that is great.
All right, Steph, a little bow tie with some sausage action. Not bad.
And some leeks, which are one of my favorites.
You love leeks, huh?
I do love leeks. And you know what? I like cooking them because when you make that with sausage, it's actually 2 different pans, but it's fun what you can do because you cook them separate, and then we bring everything together in one pan.
What a beautiful thing. I love you describe stuff. I really do.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, great. Okay, so we got the sausage already cooking here with the olive oil, right?
Yeah, so we took the sausage out of its casing so it would crumble up nice with the olive oil. We cooked the leeks in some butter. Okay. And now we're going to put the leeks in here.
Unsalted butter, regular butter?
Unsalted butter.
Okay.
I like to add my own salt. I think it's more fun that way. You can decide how much you want. Okay, so put that in. And now for the bow tie pasta.
All right.
You see how everything comes together?
Beautiful.
Beautifully.
Now, how about a little bit of pepper?
A little bit of pepper. Would be perfect on this.
And a little bit, just a little bit of salt, honey?
Tiny bit. Okay, there we go. And now some ripped basil.
Done.
Now, when you add herbs in whenever a scorching hot pan like this, you release the oils.
Look at this dish, huh? Is this beautiful or what?
There we go.
Wet now?
We're all done. Oh, and there's so many smells coming out of this.
Oh.
Because the leeks have a very strong smell, and then you have that beautiful aromatic basil.
Look at this. I am going to add just a little bit more basil on top.
That's perfect.
And a little bit of Parmesan cheese with garlic in it.
Mmm.
Ooh, give it some more flavor. Nice, Steph.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Dad.
This is my kind of dish. I can eat chow, everybody. Where's my fork?
Well, an off week for the Patriots meant a little downtime for Tom Brady and his family.
Yeah, how they're taking advantage of the time off. Here's a little hint. More pictures from the family vacation coming up.
Tony Tantillo, brought to you by Colavita, America's #1 selling Italian extra virgin olive oil.
Your weekends just got brighter. Meteorologist Danielle Niles joins the WBZ Accuweather team Saturday and Sunday mornings on WBZ News.
On Dr. Phil.
I despise the person that Kim is today.
Is their sister living a secret sex life?
You're posting pictures of your body beaten and bruised. Is this a fetish group?
Today at 3 on WBZ TV.
Attention homeowners, call in now to be one of 50 homeowners to participate in the home evaluation program. Eliminate this problem, the danger of climbing a ladder and cleaning out the gutters. We can install the Minuteman patented one-piece hood and gutter system from Leaf Guard. Call in now here at 1-800-GUTTERS. We know the leaves are going to fall, the rains are going to come. Snow in the wintertime. Remember, Leaf Guard's attached to the fascia using our patented hanger system with screws, not nails. It's not coming down. 14 colors to choose from. We're the only ones to offer a lifetime warranty, transferable. And remember, free flashing on the roofing if you call in now. Now's the time to call in and be one of 50 homeowners to get 60% off labor.
Hey, Ron, we're getting calls from the North Shore and Everett, all the way to the South Shore and everywhere in between. Homeowners calling to end their gutter problems for good with Leaf Guard. Remember, it's earned the Good Housekeeping seal, so you know it works.
That's right, Pat, and you get a $200 gas card as a bonus with purchase if you call during this program. Last chance to call.
Okay, 6 more visits and you'll have your new dentures.
6.
6.
How about 3?
6.
4.
6.
4.5?
6.
5?
6.
Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday.
You can do that?
We do that.
No way.
Yes, way.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes. Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
Non-lawyer paid spokesperson. Attention dialysis patients. If you suffered major health problems or if a loved one died during dialysis treatment, you may be entitled to compensation. The FDA reports dosing errors during dialysis may cause serious health problems, including death. If you or a loved one suffered a heart attack, arrhythmia, stroke, or cardiac arrest within 48 hours of dialysis treatment, call 800-589-7153 for a free evaluation of your claim.
On the next Jeopardy!
It's the Teachers Tournament.
We begin our annual tribute to a group of people who are often underappreciated and underpaid. Don't miss the Jeopardy! Teachers Tournament.
Tonight at 7:30 on WBZ TV.
This portion of WBZ News is brought to you by Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center.
From the battlefield to the classroom, more and more veterans are enrolling in college, but it's not an easy road. Coming up today at 5 o'clock, the challenges our servicemen and women may face.
And tracking your exercise and weight loss with your smartphone, it can be motivating, but it can be risky. Coming up at 5, who else may be looking at your personal information?
Well, we know how Patriots quarterback Tom Brady and his wife Giselle spent the bye week.
They spend it at the beach. We have a picture that we can show you of the family just relaxing. Take a look at this. Giselle posted the photo of the couple and their 11-month-old daughter Vivian on Instagram. The supermodel never mentioned what tropical locale they were enjoying. She did hashtag the photo as holiday, family, and love.
So cute. She sends out pictures of that baby's feet a lot. It's adorable.
Well, they have a $10 million house in Malibu, right? So isn't every day a holiday vacation?
You could look at it that
We
way.
could all use a bye week, right? Yes. We just go
At the beach.
Tomorrow morning, interesting. So the cold air's coming in, precipitation falling. We'll have some raindrops to start, but I see these raindrops transitioning to snow showers, and there may be some minor accumulation. So give yourself a little extra time tomorrow morning for the morning commute. Of course, this morning's commute was easy. It was a breeze because of Veterans Day and everyone being off and recognizing the veterans. Tomorrow morning, though, will be a different story. Everyone's back on the roads, but likely to be slow and very cold middle of the week with this Arctic blast coming in.
Is it going to be grapple or actual
snow, Paula? I'm shocked and thankful you know the difference.
Got the big lesson last week.
Good.
All right, Todd.
I'm going to look up grapple right now. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We'll see you at 5.